Mr. Investalot, where will Nano Dimension stock go next? Will Nano Dimensions triple next week? Maybe, maybe not, but I just stumbled across possibilities. You are gonna love what I just stumbled upon. It's like we stumbled upon a great big puzzle and the big boys are piecing it together piece by piece. We are going to be talking about this breaking video of Ark Invest. Cathie speaks openly about manufacturing and the economy. This may affect Nano Dimension's blossoming and booming. Then I'm going to be showing you this crazy purchase last week. Cathie was buying up Nano Dimensions like there's no tomorrow. Then she sent me an email about all of these 3D printing companies that they have that are currently blowing up. We're also going to be looking at the different 3D printing companies that they have in their portfolio and why these companies are blowing up. And then we are going to assess their behavior and Nano Dimension's behavior and tie it right back into the Dragonfly and what the CEO of Nano Dimensions, Yoav Stern, has said. I hope you find great value and entertainment in this video. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Miguel. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a retail investor here in London that looks for the juiciest and biggest growth stocks. I'm talking 20x, 30x, 50x. I want to have big boy growth stocks, and I think I found one right here with Nano Dimensions. Also, if you want to help my channel out, I've just launched channel memberships. It's only 99 cents a month, and just know that it helps me so much as a creator, all your support. I'm eternally grateful for all the support you've given me so far, and if you're unable to join, just know by liking and subscribing to these videos, you help me out so much. I appreciate you guys, and it means the world to me. Okay, first things first, we can see that the stock is currently down in pre-market value. I'm going to be picking up as much stock as I can over these next few months. We're going to be looking at Ark Invest purchasing behavior. But before we look at the purchasing behavior, let's look at what Cathie has just said. This video is breaking. It's a 36-minute video, but I'm only going to play you the clip you need to listen to. So Cathie is talking about manufacturing booming and also the economy.
I have always had a point of view about what's going on in the economy. And we do have a point of view, and it did play out to our benefit that we were going to go into a V-shaped recovery. And we were saying that quite early on as we described the coronavirus crisis as more of a shock to the system. That turned out to be right. We're seeing autos, housing, capital spending have been soaring and have caused shortages in all kinds of supply chains. Manufacturers are still trying to scramble and catch up. In today's employment report, if you parse through the report, you saw that manufacturing hours, employment itself was stronger than expected, and that manufacturing overtime hours went up. So this still tells us that manufacturers are scrambling to catch up with the housing market, the auto market.
Wowee. So as we all know, Cathie is an excellent investor. She has a background in the economy and finances, and she is saying that manufacturing is coming back stronger than ever. So then I got sent this email by Cathie and she was basically saying how much 3D printing is actually booming. So of the companies that they currently have, you can see Stratus here, X1, Materialize, and Nano Dimension. They're up on average 39% the last week. So now what we want to do is we want to piece things together. We want to see what Ark Invest has done about it. They said manufacturing is booming, employment is booming, and now they started to purchase up lots of 3D printing companies and huge shares. So this is the most Nano Dimensions has ever bought in a single week alone. And it's actually quite high. Remember that the closing price was like $9. So they've been averaging up. And within that week, so the week finishing with the 8th of January here, they bought $6 million, almost $6 million worth of shares. And that's the most they've ever purchased. You can see here $1 million in 1 week, $1 million in the other. And one of the other largest purchases we ever had where they spent $5 million on the dot was in November when the price was $4.43. So what gives Ark Invest so much conviction on Nano Dimensions that they've now spent $6 million at the price of $9.13? This is crazy, and I think this is a big move and they know something. So remember, they talked about manufacturing. This is the biggest purchase they've ever made at such a high price. On the previous video that blew up, we were talking about Yoav Stern and what he's talking about in terms of the future and direction of Nano Dimensions. You can watch that video up here. We're just going to revisit what he has said about manufacturing. Let's run the clip of the boss.
So the growth of our company comes from these machines moving from being prototyping of PCBs to production of PCBs. And the minute you get into production of PCBs, it will enable a very strong trend that exists today of reshoring this PCB industry back to the continents. We're speaking about hundreds of thousands of machines. The vision here is that you are building an industry, as the gentleman before me mentioned, industry 4.0. And the inflection point is when our machines, which are now in development, are getting into production, not only prototyping. The minute our machines start to produce larger volumes of high-performance electronic device, HiPads, we will be in a position where the desktop publishing was 20 years ago. We're changing the industry.
So if Yoav is targeting mass production, and he's looking at the automotive market, autonomous drones, autonomous vehicles, as well as many other industries like space and aviation, if he is targeting going from prototyping to being part of mass production and mass manufacturing, and he manages to sell 100,000 of these Dragonfly machines, why don't we calculate and take a look at how much that will actually make the company? So right here, let's take a look. These machines can range from 100,000 to 250,000. We're talking about the Dragonfly 2020 Pro. And let's run the calculation. So with $250,000 per machine on the high level, and we've got 100,000 machines, we are talking about $25 billion from the machine hardware sales alone. $25 billion in machine hardware alone. And remember, this is not where the real money lies. The real money lies in the mass production, the quantity of what people are producing, and that nanoparticle ink. So when we're talking about that silver dielectric ink that they're going to be using, that is where the real money is. Whenever me and you bought a printer when we were younger, you can see that the printer may cost like £100 or 150 quid. And then over a lifetime, we're spending thousands of pounds to print our documents. So imagine here on a mass production and mass manufacturing scale, how much money they can make by being part of that industry. I actually think that he won't be charging people the full amount. I think he's going to do a subsidized fee. And the reason is to monopolize the whole industry, and he's going to speed up how many people are using it, how many customers can get it. If he manages to get 100,000 machines out there in front of customers in different industries, can you imagine how much cash flow he's going to be producing from the ink alone? And remember, he's talking about acquisitions. So if he manages to acquire the right company that has a lot of clients already and get that machine to those clients, we are talking about a market monopoly. People will be printing like crazy with all the clean energy infrastructure coming into play, the electronic revolution, electronic age, and it just smells like money, baby. So if we tie back into what Cathie Woods has said about manufacturing, let's see if they put their money where their mouth is. You can see here that they've got $50 million almost in this portfolio, and over in their next generation portfolio, they've opened a position that is $35 million almost. So now they've got over $80 million in this one company. Not only that, but when Ark Invest picks a company, it looks like they're really good picks. As you can see, they picked 3D Systems Corp, ticker symbol DDD, and this stock has gone up so much that it's now overweight in their portfolio. It's gone over 10% of the portfolio. Some of you guys who have invested in Nano Dimensions have also invested in here, and you told me that you made like 100% on the stock. So this stock actually boomed from the 6th of January to the 8th of January. It went up 156%. And this is one of Ark Invest's best picks. And also they've chosen Nano Dimensions. DDD has gone up like crazy because they've shown expected revenues that have blown it out of the water, crazy earnings. And they actually managed to close a sale for $64 million of its non-core software business. So they've got cash of $64 million. They also had a financial performance that went through the roof with revenue somewhere between $170 million and $176 million. So now Ark Invest has been buying out loads of different 3D companies, including Nano Dimensions, which they're very bullish on. Another company which I noticed they've been buying a lot of lately, you can see here that they bought $19 million worth of Materialize. This company is near its all-time high, so over 52 weeks it's been at $10 at the lowest point, and it's been at $79 at the highest point. It's now $70, and they've been buying it like crazy as well. So with $19 million spent last week, are we about to see a crazy boom with all of the 3D printing and manufacturing come into play into this electronics revolution? I think Yoav Stern is moving like a boss. There is also a huge potential acquisition on its way, and I'm going to be giving you some juicy news. So make sure you click subscribe and you hit the bell so you never miss any of this information. On this channel, we try to think differently. We try to think of the bigger picture.
I've always need the big picture. Some people don't need that, but I do.
Much love, guys. Mr. Investalot. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit me up with a like, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.